Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another review. This is Dashiell Rose here. I am back to do another Sony Pictures animation movie. We're about to get ready to wrap Sony Pictures up, and then we have DreamWorks to do. DreamWorks still has a long ways to go. It still has a long ways to go. It really does. Now, Sony Pictures has released a couple movies afterwards. They have, but after I started this review, but yeah, I think I might have already counted those, and that goes for DreamWorks too. But I think I counted the last one. I think was actually Kung Fu Panda 4, because I wasn't thinking it was going to take this long to get through all these movies. So yeah, but I think with Sony, I think I'm pretty much done with Sony. And what a journey it has been, what a journey it has been. But I'm here to talk about Wish Dragon in this review. So if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. I'm at a goal right now to hit 1K subs. My subscriber count is going up. I really appreciate people who are subscribing to my channel. And people who are not, well, at least I'm glad you guys are sticking around and enjoying my content. Even if it would help if I would get more subscribers, but hey, I can't really blame some people. Sometimes I just watch videos for fun. I don't even subscribe to all the channels. That's because I've got a lot of subscribers right now. I'm kind of having to clean out my subscriber account list, because a lot of people are not uploading anymore on YouTube that I used to watch. So yeah, but I haven't really got around to doing that. So I think I'm pretty much about done here. Oh yeah, I guess I can say too, you guys can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. They're Twitter/X. I prefer to call it Twitter, but it's called X now. You guys can follow me on there and Instagram. I'm starting to follow people on Instagram, so Twitter, I haven't really got any notifications yet, so I'm not sure what that's all about. Well, I've gotten a few accounts, but I think those were bots. They weren't real accounts. I talked about that in my Angry Birds my video that I did, which I kind of messed up that one, so luckily I fixed it here and all that. So anywho, let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about Wish Dragon. Have you guys ever been to China? I hear China is a very, very busy and crowded country. I've always wanted to go to China. I'm not even joking, I'm serious. I hear there's a lot of history and all that with China and all that, and it kind of fascinates me. It makes me kind of want to go and explore it. Of course, that involves, having to take planes and all that, and you gotta have the money to do that stuff, which I do not have any money to be riding planes. I barely have money to get myself by as it is, So, yeah, unfortunately, I've not been able to travel really anywhere, not even in the U.S. But I have been, doing a lot of that stuff. I have been, wanting to do a lot of these things, just can't do it. I don't have the money. But don't mind me though. How is Wish Dragon? How is Wish Dragon? Is this movie very good? Is it very interesting, historical stuff? Or is this movie just boring and a complete waste of time? Well, I have to say, this movie honestly is kind of in the middle. Yeah, this movie honestly is not the greatest. I'm not gonna lie, this movie is not the greatest. It's not the greatest. It's actually gonna get a meh and 55 points. Yep, 55 points, and I'm meh. This movie is not bad, but it's not very good either. Honestly, there's not really much I can say about this movie. It's very, very straightforward. I do like the voice actor of the dragon, though. He's pretty cool. I do like him. He's kind of doing the Aladdin, Robin Williams genie thing, and all that, which is pretty cool. I don't remember Aladdin. I haven't seen Aladdin in a long time. I really have not seen the movie in a long time. I hear it's very good, but I don't know if I've ever finished it. I remember watching it on VHS, or I think it was VHS or DVD, but I don't remember if I actually, actually ever finished the movie or not. So, but I do hear it's pretty good. I hear even its sequels are good, although they're not as great as the original. They're still very good too. But I do know him. I do know kind of Robin Williams thing because I've seen people talk about it. People don't really talk about it much anymore, but back in the day, people would talk about it and bring up like Robin Williams as memes and all that with Aladdin and all that. It was pretty interesting, but that's kind of what he does. I don't remember his name, but I do like his backstory and all that. Like, apparently he used to be a king. He wasn't a very good king. He was kind of a greedy king. Like, he wasn't a bad king. Like, he didn't, I don't think I think he did, he didn't enslave people, but, those were different times and all that, Not saying enslaving people is a good thing, but, that's kind of how the past was and all that, and people thought different back then, but he had to be taught a lesson. So God turned him into I think it was God. I'm not sure if this is actually heaven, because I know China, is known for having a different kind of God. Their God is like I don't know. I think this is a God guy. He's like a big fat bald guy. Sorry for people who know about his name. I don't know his name very well. I just know he's I just know that's what I've heard about him. I heard about that he was. That's how that's their God. But I don't think that's the case here. I didn't see him. I saw an actual God. Because what happened was apparently this boy was a friend with this girl and all that, and she had to move away and all that, so he lost touch with her and all that because her father was working with the business and all that. And yeah, I can kind of see a lot of people relating to that, though. They have to move away or something because either they're one of their parents is working for the army or they're doing something else. It's very hard, That's why we have social media, well, it's supposed to help us keep in touch with our friends, but let's be honest, we've probably lost a bunch of friends and all that because the social media platforms don't work at contacting friends very well. They don't notify them very well, so I've even lost a lot of friends, and I've seen people discuss that, so they don't work as well as they were, but he could have wrote his phone number down and all that on her too, and he didn't do that. He didn't do that. But apparently, though, that this guy, which we'll just call him God, because he's got a beard and all that. But basically, he basically gives him this. He pretends to be this crazy old dude that gives him a little genie's lamp and all that. He gives him a genie's lamp and all that, and he basically he brings the dragon out, who gives him 3 wishes. Kind of like Aladdin. He gives him 3 wishes, and of course, there's rules and all that. I don't remember if Aladdin had a lot or not, but I do know Aladdin. Aladdin had had stuff with where Wish Dragon was kind of like that, where I do remember the prince with he's not a prince, but he wishes to be one and all. That's kind of what he does there and all with money and all that. So he could get in to see his girlfriend and all, his friend, which By the way, that's the whole rule. I can't wish for love and all that. So I don't know if that's actually how Aladdin works. I don't remember him actually. I think he actually did like her. Like he did. Aladdin actually did like Princess Jasmine. I kind of forgot that was his name, but yeah, Aladdin. That's his name. I think that is his name. But he basically wishes to be able to be with Princess Jasmine and all that. It's pretty cool and all that, and that's kind of what this is kind of it's not like making fun of the stuff, so it's not like Spaceballs, but there's lots of similarities. Like, it's kind of, like, it's not poking fun at the movie, it's more so, it's like parodying it in a way, like, it's not ripping it off, but it's borrowing stuff from it, if you know what I mean. So, it's not, I can't really say if it's a rip-off or not, because I have not seen the other movie in a while, but this movie also takes place in China. It takes place in China and all that, and, the other movie takes place in, I think, Egypt or something. I don't remember. I don't remember where it takes place, but it doesn't take place, here. And this is also, a modern audience, modern, too. I think Aladdin takes place a long time ago. So clearly, there are some differences, but you do have some similarities. And I think that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to, make callbacks and all that, but keep it, more original. And that's what I like. Unfortunately, though, the movie is it's kind of dull at times. It really is, it's not completely boring, but a lot of the characters I don't feel like are, super duper interesting. They feel kind of straightforward. And, they don't feel as one-dimensional as straightforward. They're not boring. They're just, you got the typical, father has, a job and all that, and doesn't pay attention to his daughter and all. He can't even be there for his daughter's birthday, which is honestly just depressing as hell. I mean, come on, what kind of father is like that, Can't attend his own kid, to a child's, party, I don't really get that. And then, you got the, you got the boy and all that kind of falling in love story and all that, it's kind of predictable in ways like that, but I don't know, I still think it's got moments I do like. Like I said, I do think the dragon guy is pretty nice and all that, and he is kind of an asshole, but they don't make him, super unlikable. When I first watched the movie, I actually felt like he was a bit too unlikable, but then they build him as a character and all that, and give him a lesson and all about money and all that, and kind of showing why he became a dragon and all that. And he actually died. I'm not kidding, he died. He went to heaven and all that, and he got brought back because he fulfilled his destiny, because he was with several people and all that. So he was supposed to learn his lesson and all that. That's why he got transformed into a dragon. He finally did. Unfortunately, he didn't finish his last wish and all that. So he went back to Earth and all that, and basically he just stayed there. I think that was the deal, though. He wasn't able to go back to the Earth, but it's pretty nice, though. I do like the little backstory and all that. So he wasn't really a dragon, always. He was just a human that got transformed into one. I do like his design, though. I like his purple and pink design. I do like it. It looks really nice. It does. But yeah, I do think the movie's it's not super interesting and all that, but I hear it is definitely a lot better than Raya and the Last Dragon. I hear that movie that came out the same year that was under Disney, that one was awful. I hear that one was a very bad movie, but I don't know, I've heard some people like it, but most people do not like it, so I'm not really looking forward to watching it, but I'll do it probably soon enough, but because I'll be reviewing, the Disney films and all, the main ones. But, speaking of, releasing stuff, I want to bring this up. Apparently, Sony Pictures, Sony Pictures actually had, which is very interesting, But basically, sorry if you guys hear my dog squeaking his toy too. He's squeaking his toy. He always picks a bad time to do this stuff, but yeah, again, you probably hear it in the background, but oh well. I mean, I'll play it with him afterwards. But sorry if you guys hear him in the background. But I was trying to say though is my thing is with the movie and all that is this is something that's really interesting. So this movie released in China at the very beginning of 2021. It was released in China. And you could say maybe it's because of the COVID-19 and all that. Maybe it released in like one, country and all that, which I mean could be possible. But what I find odd is China's where all the COVID started. So I figured it'd probably be worse down there. Plus, there's way more people in China than there is anywhere else. So I figured it probably would have released in a different country or something like I don't know, like Greenland or something. I don't know, or I don't know, they could have released it anywhere else. I don't know if Greenland has a lot of people because it's cold, but I'm sure there's people there. There's also people in Germany, but they chose to release it in China out of all places. But of course, this was Hollywood trying to get people's money from China because China, is a big part of the world. It's a big country and with lots of people. It's not as big as Asia. Well, I guess Asia is more of a continent than anything, but it's still pretty big. I don't know actually how many people live there anymore because I know they're very strict with some rules. Like I know that a lot of stuff gets banned and all that there. They ban a lot of stuff, and it ends up going to it isn't released there and all that and. I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people or people really like living in China if they can't watch movies they want to watch and they're very strict on other stuff too. But to be fair, we're kind of strict up here too, especially lately. But I think it's way worse. I think in like countries like China and all that, North Korea, their people I hear people do not like living there, so I don't actually know if there's as many people there as there once was, but I even hear people leaving the U.S. because people are fed up with living with some of the stuff too. So I don't know. I don't know, but I do know it's kind of annoying. People want to watch a movie and they ban it because of stupid reasons and all that, and. I feel that pain, they censor and ban stuff up here. That's why we have physical media. Which, speaking of which, there are DVDs of this movie. There are some. I know there are some that exist, so if you guys want to keep an eye out for something you guys want it on DVD, there are DVDs of this. I was going to try to get one, but I could not get one, so I had to watch this on Netflix. So I actually, this was actually a little while ago. I went to Mamaw's house because I actually thought she was home. I had Delaney drop me off at her house, and I went to watch this movie because I was getting very close to watching it, and I could not get it on DVD. So I went to her house and watched it, and that's how I'm able to review this. Because otherwise, I would probably have to skip it because I don't have Netflix here anymore. You can't. We don't have Netflix, so we can't watch this movie here unless we want to rent it. But I'd rather buy it than rent it. There is a movie that I'm going to be talking about where we did rent it at some point, and I actually own it now. But we still have a couple more movies to go before we get to it. And if you guys want to know what that movie is, it's Hotel Transylvania 4. That movie I actually had to rent it. Which I don't know why I rented it. I don't know why I didn't just buy it. Well, I guess it's because I couldn't really find it anywhere, but I could have just ordered it probably too. I don't really know. Well, I guess take that back. I think it was a lot more expensive at the time. It's not even that expensive anymore. But the thing is, like I said, there are DVDs of this movie too, so you guys can find it on DVD. And it did release on Netflix later on. As you see here on June the 11th, it released on Netflix. That's why that's red down there, that Netflix. You can see the little logo. It actually makes it look like the dragon guy has a third mustache. See, you got the two mustaches that are like on it by the snout, and then you got the third one. So that's pretty funny, but that's kind of just how I wrote it, but yeah, that's just kind of how it is, though. But it's just really weird how far apart it is, though, and how it released and all that. If the movie was made in China, I can kind of understand, but this movie was made under Sony Pictures, which Sony Pictures is a U.S. company. It's not made in China. China, has their own films, too. They're more on anime sides, like, they're like anime stuff, and all that, but yeah, I'm just glad I finally was able to review this movie and all that, and I'm thinking this could be part of the reason, too, why the list on YouTube and all that are all messed up and online. Because online, the lists are all screwed up. Like, I'm not even kidding, they're literally all screwed up. Like, they have, like, them out of order, and all. I think that's probably part of the reason, because some of the films were released in certain countries first and all that, so some of them are like show different release dates. Some people just go by the U.S. Some people go by the actual country where they first, released that. It's very weird because Open Season's the same way, but Open Season has like, I'm just gonna talk about the U.S. one because it released in the U.S. too. I don't know if it released in. I think it only released in Netflix in the U.S. I think in China was where it released in theaters, so that was the only way you could watch it in theaters, unless they re-release it in theaters like they did with the Pixar movies, which I was actually going to go try to see some of them, but they didn't really, they kind of ran out of them pretty fast. Well, they really didn't advertise them well, so yeah, but I don't know, I just think the whole thing is kind of strange. Yeah, this movie is it's not awful. I think it's got things I like about it. It's just not that great. Like, I don't think it's great, but it's not bad either. It's definitely more interesting than a lot of other Sony Picture movies I've seen. Like at least they're trying to do something, and the animation really isn't that bad. I do kind of miss 2D animation though, and all. I will say that. Because when I think of China and Japan and all that, I think of their anime and how it's mostly done in 2D animation. Up here, it's all done in CGI. So I'm just like, why can't we just have 2D animation again? I mean, we have some of it like with TV shows and all that, but even then, a lot of it's pretty much CGI now too. So I don't know. But it would be nice to see some 2D animation return again. I mean, like I've said, it comes up here and there, but I don't know. I just don't really know. But this movie's definitely not too bad. I definitely think I wouldn't mind watching it again, but it's not a movie I probably would watch all the time. It's probably a movie I would probably come back to every so often. It's just not a movie I care about as much. But I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't know about Raya and the Last Dragon. I just hear that movie is pretty bad, so I don't know. But I'll have to check that movie out down the road, I guess, and see for myself. I hope Neptune can really give me some strength right now, because I'm not looking forward to checking out some of those movies. Or even like some of the movies that DreamWorks has released too. Some of them I hear are bad too, like pretty bad, but especially the sequel to Megamind. But we'll get to there, I guess, when we get there too. But anywho, though, I don't have actually a comment question for this video. I was gonna release a comment question, but I don't really have one this time around. Yeah, I had a comment question. Well, I was thinking about making one for like asking you guys about your what you guys prefer, the dragon or the genie from and all that. But I think I'm just gonna wait to ask that question there. The only reason why I say that is because I I kind of want to see the movie again. I kind of want to share my own opinion too, So, I mean, I can always, I guess, ask the question again, but I kind of don't really want to bother. So, yeah, but and I am gonna say too, I probably won't use any music anymore, like from the studio's intros, because I noticed it's kind of slowing down my uploading, so I'm assuming it probably doesn't really like me doing that, so I'll probably just have to think of something else to do for when I do the comment questions. I mean, I can kind of understand why they don't want you to do it, because, I mean, to be fair, I mean, they still use the DreamWorks logo and all that, but the Sony one, they don't even really use that. I mean, they only use that for, like, a couple, like, movies, and that was it. Pretty much every Sony Pictures Animation movie has had its own theme, and all that, and then, with Disney doesn't even really use the old intros anymore anyway, so I'm just like, I mean, if they're not going to use them anymore and they plaster the new logo, then why would it matter, But I don't know. But I know DreamWorks definitely still uses their theme and all that, so I don't know. I'm probably going to go ahead and let things go from here, though, so I'll see you all later. Have a nice day, and see you guys next time. Peace.